Jai Hind all of you. I am Thanya, your maths teacher. Welcome back to the online class. Today we are going to learn the next section of our chapter 3, Trip to Bhopal. In the previous class, we discussed about the properties of multiplication by 10, 100, 1000 and also multiplication by 1 digit and 2 digit. These are the sections we learned in the previous class. Today, we are going to discuss about division by 10, 100, 1000 and also some textual exercise. Okay? Division by 10, 100 and 1000. Without doing the calculation, how can we find out the answers? So, listen carefully. Then only you can understand how can we find out the answer without using the calculation. So, here for example, I want to find out 2346 divided by 10. So, this time I didn't do the calculation. Then how can we find out the quotient and remainder? Yes. In 10 having how many zeros? Yes, only 1 0. So, last ones place number. That's form remainder and remaining 3 digits form the quotient. When dividing a number by 10, ones place going to remainder and remaining places going to quotient. So here the quotient is equal to 234 and the remainder is equal to 6. Is it right? Yes, let's check your answer. So here 2346 divided by 10. In 23, how many times 10? Yes, 2 times 20. So 3 minus 0, 3 and 2 minus 2, 0. Next place 4. In 34, how many times 10? Yes, 3 times 30. Remainder 4. 3 minus 3, 0. And then next place 6. 46. How many times? 10 in 46? Yes, 4 times 40. So, 46 minus 46. So, here 234 is the quotient and 6 is the remainder. But already we have to find out it without doing the calculation. So, this is the easy way to find out the quotient and remainder by dividing 10. When we are dividing by 10, the ones place number becomes remainder and the remaining digits becomes quotient. Understand all of you? So the same way, when a number is divisible by 100, for example 4032 divided by 100, that time ones and tens places form the remainder and the remaining digits form the quotient. Understand? So, I ask one question. What is quotient and what is remainder? Remainder means when we are dividing a number by divisor, that time we get the balance, that is remainder. And quotient is the answer of the division. Understand? So, here when we are dividing by a number by 100, so that time without doing the calculation, that time we have to find out the answers very easily. How? Because the ones and tens place number form the remainder and the remaining digits form the quotient. Here the quotient is 4 and the remainder is 32. Understand all of you? In the same way, multiplying by 1000. That time I'll given one example. 5326 divided by 1000. 1000 having 3 zeros. So 100 tens ones place form the remainder and the remaining places form the quotient. So this is the easiest way to find out the answer. So quotient is equal to 5 and the remainder is equal to 326. When we are dividing by 1000, that time last three places, that is 100, tens, ones form the remainder and the remaining digits form the quotient. Understand all of you? Let's watch the video.
Today, let us learn division by 10, 100 and 1000. Let us begin with the division by 10. Look at the board. We have solved two examples by division method. Look at the first example. 347 divided by 10. Here we got the quotient as 34 and remainder as 7. Now look at the second example. 5681 divided by 10. Here we got the quotient as 568 and remainder as 1. Did you notice that when we divided both the numbers by 10, the digit in their ones place formed the remainder and the remaining digits formed the quotient? Now let us solve one more example without actual division. Find out the quotient and remainder of 468 divided by 10. We already know that the digit in the ones place of the dividend forms the remainder. Thus, here 8 is the remainder. Now, the remaining digits form the quotient. Thus, here 46 is the quotient. Next is division by 100. Look at the board. We have solved the two examples by division method. Look at the first example. 321 divided by 100. Here we got the quotient as 3 and remainder as 21. Now look at the second example. 7847 divided by 100. Here we got the quotient as 78 and remainder as 47. In these examples, when we divided both the numbers by 100, the ones and tens digits of the dividend formed the remainder and the remaining digits formed the quotient. Now let us solve one more example without actual division. Find out the quotient and remainder of 6348 divided by 100. We know that the digits in the ones and tens place of the dividend form the remainder. Thus, here 48 is the remainder. Now, the remaining digits form the quotient. Thus, here 63 is the quotient. Next is division by 1000. Look at the board. We have solved the two examples by division method. Look at the first example. 9318 divided by 1000. Here we got the quotient as 9 and remainder as 318. Now look at the second example. 19,400 divided by 1,000. Here we got the quotient as 19 and remainder as 400. Here, when we divided both the numbers by 1,000, the ones, tens and hundreds digits of the dividend formed the remainder and the remaining digits formed the quotient. Now let us solve one more example without actual division. Find out the quotient and remainder of 56,984 divided by 1,000. We know that the digit in the ones place, the tens place and the hundreds place of the dividend form the remainder. Thus, here 984 is the remainder and the remaining digits form the quotient. Thus, here 56 is the quotient. Wasn't it easy dividing by 10, 100 and 1000?
So, in this chapter, trip to Bhopal. That means some students going to a trip to Bhopal. That time, what are the process behind and what are the mathematical applications we have to use there? That we will discuss today's textual exercise. So, in class 1 to 5, some of the children going to Bhopal. That is excursion. So, how many students are going this excursion? So, some of the list are given in your textbook, page number 23. So, here I list out it. Class first, 33 students, and class 2, 32 students, class 3, 42 students, and class 4, 50 students, and fifth, 53 students. So, here we need to find out the total. Total how many students going this trip? So, adding these numbers, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 3, yes, 10, balance 1, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 4, 11, 11 plus 5, 16, 16 plus 5, yes, 21. 210 students are going this trip. So, I'll ask one question. We are going this trip. What we need first? Yes, we need the transportation. So, there are so many options are there. Here, the minibus and long buses are given. On the basis of there, in a first, 4 buses are given. Each bus having 50 students. Each bus is having 50 students accommodated. So, here given the 4 buses are given. So, how many students are entering this 4 buses? Yes, there 1 bus, total number of seats are given. We need to find out the 4 buses seat. So, 4 into 50. Already we have to learn what? Yes, without doing the calculation, how can we find out the answer? First, multiplying with the numbers. 4 5s are 20. How many zeros are there? 1 0. That is, we have to put on the right extreme of the answer. So, the total, how many students are entering in 4 buses? Yes, 200 students. Total, how many students are there? Yes, 210. So, how many students are left? Here only 200 is accommodated and the total is 210. So how many students are left? Yes, 10 students. Understand? So here we did not have enough big buses. Only 4 buses are there. So it is not possible to accommodate 210 students. So we got many mini buses. Each mini buses can take 35 students. How many mini buses are needed? So already we have to know total number of students. That is total number of students. How many students are there? Yes, already we have to know, that is 210. Each bus is carrying 35 students. Number of seats in each bus is equal to 35. Okay, then what we have to find out here? Yes, we need to find out how many mini buses. So, number of mini buses. How can we find out this answer? Yes, using which calculation? Yes, division. How can you identify it is division? Yes, total is given. 1 mini buses details are given. So we need to find out the number of buses. There we have to use the calculation division. 2010 divided by 35. That time we get the answer. So division 2010 divided by 35. You have to know the table of 35. No. Then what we have to do? Yes, multiplying 35 into 1. We have to know. So 2. 35 into 2. Yes, 5 2s are 10. Balance 1. 3 2s are 6 plus 1. 7. So 70. Not possible. So 35 into 3. 3 5s are 15. Balance 1. 3 3s are 9. 9 plus 1. 10. 105. There is 210. So repeating the multiplication. 35 into 4. 4 5s are 20. Balance 2. 3 4s are 12. 12 plus 2. 14. So around 40. It is also less. So continuing the multiplication. So 35 into 5. 5 5s are 25. 2 balance. 3 5s are 15 plus 2. 17. So it is also less. So 35 into 6. 6 5s are 30. 3 balance. 3 6 are 18. 18 plus 3 21. So we get the number 210. How many times? Yes, 6 times. So how many buses we need? 6 buses. All of you understand? 6 buses needed to accommodate 210 students. Understand? Once again I am repeating this question. In this question, the total number of students is given and the details of one bus. How many seats are there? That is given in the question. So there we need to find out the number of mini buses. That time we have to use the division. So we don't know the table. That time we have to using this type of calculations and find out the product. Using that product, we find out the answer of this division. Understand all of you? Move to the next question.
Wow, it is so long and so wide. Let us guess how wide it is. Gobi, 100 meters. No, it is much more. Can't say, Victoria. It must be more than half a kilometer. That means what is the answer? Yes, 500 meter. Why? Because 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. So half kilometer means 1000 divided by 2. The answer is 500. Imagine how many buses can stand in a line on this bridge. So look at the calculation, how we can find out. Okay.
How many buses we need to cover the distance? So here distance of one bus is equal to 5 meter and the total distance of the bridge is 756.82. So here we have to find out the number of buses. The first step of the division is, first place is 7, so it is greater than 5. So how many times 5 is in 7? Yes, 1 time. That means 1 into 5 is equal to 5. So write in the below of 7. Then what is the next step? Yes, subtraction. 7 minus 5. What is the answer? 2. Then move to the next place. So the total is 25. In 25, how many 5 is there? So what is the answer? Yes, 5 times. So 5 5s are 25. Then what is the next step? Yes, subtraction. 5 minus 5, 0. 2 minus 2, 0. Move to the next place, that is 6. How many times 5 is in 6? That is 1 time. Why? Because 2 5s are 10. 10 is greater than 6. So we have to take 1 5. 1 5 is 5. So what is the next step? Subtraction. 6 minus 5, 1. So in decimal point, here is a decimal point that you have to study it in higher class. But now just you have to listen. So there in the quotient you have to put the decimal point. After that we have to move the next place. 18. Okay. When we are doing the decimals, so put the decimal point on the quotient and down the next place. So here the number is 18. So how many times 5 is in 18? That is 3 times. 3 5s are 15. So balance 3. 1 minus 1, 0. And the next place is 2. So total number is 32. How many times 5 is in 32? So how many times? Yes, 6 times. 6 5s are 30. So balance 2. So around how many buses we have to cover? That bridge is around 151 buses. So the answer is 151 buses. That is not accurate, but around 151 buses is needed to cover the bridge. Understand?
So you have to write it in your textbook. It is about 151 buses. And the next question. Now the water level is 40 meters below the bridge. But in rainy season, it is 50 meters below the bridge. So here the question is, what is the difference between the water level of the Narmada in the rainy season and now? So the answer is 40 minus 15 is equal to 25 meter. So understand?
Bus takes about 15 minutes to refill and there are 2 buses to be refilled. So they stop there for about 15 into 2 because 2 buses are there. So 15 into 2 minutes. That is 15 into 2 is equal to 30 minutes, which means they are late by about 30 minutes. Understand? So look at the reading. How many liters? Yes, 100 liters. What is the price? 3,500. Hey, it has such a big tummy. It has already taken 100 liters. So, we have to pay 3,500 rupees for the diesel. So, they are paying 3,500. So, how many liters? Yes, 100 liters. Look in the picture and find the price of 1 liter diesel. So, in this box, you have to find out the cost of diesel. There mentioned there 1 liter is equal to 35 rupees. Other way we have to find out like this. That is 3,500 divided by 100. Last two places becomes the remainder. So balance places become quotient. So the quotient is 35. 35 rupees is the cost of 1 liter diesel. Understand? As the buses are being refilled, some children go to the toilet near the petrol pump. Aman has to taken as much time to empty himself as one bus is taking to refill. So, what is the refilling time? That is 15 minutes. So, how much time did Aman take to come out of the toilet? That is, yes, 15 minutes. Why? Because one bus is refilling time is 15. So, take to come out of the toilet 15 minutes. Okay?
Wow! Even 10,000 years ago, people made such lovely paintings. That too on rocks. You can see the picture. So many paintings you can see in that picture. Are you seeing? Yes. So, oh, these rocks are thousands of years old. Okay? Shankar, these paintings also have very big bisons. Hey, I got an idea. I will count the bisons and you count the deer in the paintings. Bonomala, I will count people. Let us see which are the most bisons, deer, or people. Okay, let's see and watch the picture. So that time, one boy told it's about 34, 35, 36, 36. Oh, yes, I got 37 bisons. Okay, students, what do you mean by bisons? Yes, this is bisons. So, in that painting, how many bisons are there? Count it. So, that boy is say the answer 37 bisons are there. So, that time one of the girl count the deers. So, they count 112, 130 and 114. Yes, I got 117 deers. Yeah. How many more deers are there than bisons? How can you find out the answer this question? Yes. So the boy got 37 bisons are there and the girl's answer is 117 deers are there. So how many more? So that time we have to use the calculation subtraction. So 117 minus 37. So you have to already know how we can subtract these numbers from greater number to smaller number starting from ones place. So that time 7 minus 7. What is the answer? Yes, 0. So the next place, that is tens place. 1 is there. 1 minus 3 is not possible. So what we have to do? Yes, taking 1 from 100 place. So tens place 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 3. 11 minus 3. Yes, what is the answer? Yes, 8. So 100 place 0. So put the 0 on the 100 place. So What is the answer we got? That is 80. How many more deers are there? 80. Okay, students, are you understanding? How can we find out how many more deers are there? Are you understand? Okay, move to the next section. But Bonamala is the happiest because the number of people is even more than the number of deers and bisons together. Her count is less than 200. So here, how many people must Bonamala have counted? So Bonamala is very happy because her answer is greater than deers, number of deers and number of bisons together. So, how many people must Bonamala have to counted? How many? It is less than 200. But together deer and bisons count. So 117 plus 37. So what is the answer? When we have to start adding that time, first we have to count the ones place number, that is 7 plus 7. 7 plus 7, yes, 14. 4 we have to write it on the ones place and 1 is on the above of the next place, that is tens place. So in tens place, 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3, what is the answer? Yes, 4. Carry over 1 is there. So total 5. And then move to the next place, that is 100 place. 100 place, what is the answer? Yes, only 1 is there. So that is moved to the answer place on the 100 place. So what is the answer is there? 154. So what is the answer? 154. So put the tick mark on the options in your textbook. Then move to the next. The gate tells them that there are 600 cave paintings in all. Total how many cave paintings are there? Yes, 600. It is time to leave Bimbekta. They have spent 1 hour there. What time is it? So already it is 11 o'clock. So we have to spend 1 hour. So what is the time there? Yes, 12 o'clock. Okay, that means 11 plus 1, 12. Now the time is 12 o'clock. They are now moving towards Bhopal. They should reach there in less than 1 hour at about 1 o'clock. Because less than 1 hour means 12:40 to 12:50, that is around less than 1 o'clock they can reach there. Now is asking puzzle questions. So the first question is, I gave 4 toffees each to 4 of my friends and 3 toffees are left with me. How many toffees did I have? So here each students they have to distribute 4 toffees. So how many friends are there? 4. So 4 into 4, 16. So how many toffees are left? That is 3. So 16 plus 3, that is 19. So total how many toffees are there? 19 toffees are there. Then move to the next question. What numbers can you make using 3, 5 and 7? You can make 357 and 537. What is others? So there we have to write, already we have to write it there, 537 and 357. So other numbers are 573, 735, 375. So we have to rearrange the numbers and we got the other numbers. Okay. Then move to the Next question. A number becomes double if it is increasing by 8. What is the number? So the number is 8. Increased by 8 is 8 plus 8, that is 16. So double the number. So the number is 8. So you can write the answer in your textbook. Next, move to the fourth question. Think of a number which can be divided by 2, 3 and 5 and comes between 25 and 50. So what is the number is that? So the answer is 30 because 30 is included in the table of 2, also table of 3 and also table of 5. That number is in between 25 and 50. So the answer is 30. Next question. A small ant climbs 3 cm in 1 minute but slip down 2 cm. So how much time will it take to climb 2 cm? The answer is 2 minutes. So next question. You all write it in your notebook. The question is this. There are different kinds of boats. Each has a different ticket price and also different trip time. So the following table. So you can draw the table neatly in your notebook and then answer the following questions in your notebook. So you can find out the answer from the table and write it in your notebook with neat handwriting. Next, one more question. You have to write it in your notebook. That is page number 34. The question find out and practice some questions. You have to write it in your notebook and the answers will be discussed in the live class. We will discuss all the answers and the remaining textual exercise also we will discuss in the live section.
I think all of you are enjoying today's section. The most of the questions are coming from text that you have to write it in your textbook. No need to write in your notebook. What are the notes you have to write it in the notebook that we will send through the PDF. Will help you what are the process behind a trip going to any places. That time what are the criteria we have to behind it. That we will learn in here and what are the mathematical applications we have to follow. That also we learned in this chapter. Thank you and have a great day.